Hola, hola. I'm Zulean Cruz-Diaz, your Texas Rican host, and this is Una Preguntita. Each week, you and I take one big question and break it down to grow in this real and messy life we live in. From engineering to farming in Hawaii to running my own business, I have learned that life does not come with a manual, pero sí con preguntas, with questions. So, tell me, amigui, have you ever felt like you're thriving in one area of your life but lost in another? Yeah, been there too. Each week, you and I dive into the stuff nobody really teaches us, how to lead, connect, and communicate better, y con tools that you can actually use. Grab tu cafecito, get comfy, and let's figure this out together. Esto es Una Preguntita, where curiosity and understanding lead to action. Vamos! Okay, amigui. Every week we start con una preguntita, a question. And this week's preguntita is, when you're trying to figure out your next move, do you start from where you are currently or from where you want to be? Think about it. What would change if you gave yourself permission to start with the dream instead of your current life? This week's question actually came to me a while ago. I was having a conversation with my friend Veda Booth, and she said something that completely reframed how I was planning and how I was seeing things. When we start from the dream and reverse engineer, essentially you start in the future and you work your way backwards, reverse engineer, our ideas and our dreams are way bigger than if we just planned forward from where we are right now. Let that sink in. When we work in reverse, we actually get farther because our dreams are bigger than if we work from where we are right now. Easiest example is pretend you want to write a book by the end of the year. But when you look at what your weekly goals are, if you're planning from where you are right now, your goals might actually be clean out my inbox versus I need to get chapter 1 done this week. Do you see the disconnect? If you were to plan backwards, your weekly goals might actually be very different based solely on where you're planning from. The reason this really stuck with me is because this thinking is the exact opposite of what most of us are doing right now. You might feel at the point where you want to take a pivot, but every move feels like it has to be the move. Like you're scared to get going because you're scared of making the wrong decision. Y honestamente, nothing's permanent. We just treat it like it is. Also, do you feel maybe like everyone around you is doing something big, like getting married, quitting their job, buying property, and you're just like, ¿y yo? What am I doing? That pressure? It's exhausting. That noise, it drowns out your voice. So today, we're going to use a tool called the Post-it. The Post-it helps you reframe yourself and really just dream big and actually have a toolkit in which you can actually start moving forward in your life for whenever you really need a reset. Amigi, I want you to really take this sentence in. Clarity doesn't come before action. It comes with action. I'm going to say it again because that was really good. Ready? Clarity doesn't come before action. It comes with action. So how are you actually doing the action? Well, I got you. Y tú sabes, I always have a 3-step process for you. So here we go. Punto número 1. What you'll do is you're going to grab those Post-its and you're going to dream big. You're in a brain dumping mode right now. So what you're going to do right now is you're going to dump all your goals, every dream, every random thought, the kind of life you want to live. There's no filters, there's no logic, just an entire brain dump without judging yourself. There's no plan. You're just dumping all of these ideas. And each idea is going to be on each individual Post-it. So if you have 3 ideas, you're going to have 3 different Post-its. So the first step, punto número 1, is you're going to dream big and add all of your ideas on Post-its. Next, punto número dos, what you're going to do is you're going to look at all of the Post-its you have around you. Now, I hope you have around 50 Post-its or more, because that's how big I really want you to be dreaming. And that's how detailed I want you to have all of your ideas out on paper. Now, you'll look at all of these Post-its and you'll start wondering, are there any patterns? Are there any common themes? Any things you want to do before the other? Where can you begin to put the pieces together? Is it by words like freedom or personal versus professional life? Is there a chronological order to your Post-its? Start connecting the dots by finding those patterns within all of your Post-its. They don't all have to be connected to each other, but you should have different buckets and different patterns that you're finding. Great. So you've hit number one, the brain dump all your ideas on Post-its. Then you went into punto número dos, finding the patterns of those Post-its. Now we're moving into número tres, building backwards. Ahora, this is the key. Remember how we mentioned at the top, you go farther if you work backwards from where you want to be versus working forward from where you are right now? Well, take your Post-its and begin to arrange them in más o menos a loose timeline, right? The key here is to ask, what would have to happen in order to get closer to that dream? If your dream, vamos a decir, is to travel abroad, what specifically needs to happen? You create a full vision of this trip, right? And then you're able to identify what you need to do in order to make that great adventure actually come to life. Now, if you used the perspective of planning forward from where you are right now, you could easily fall into, and yes, I just made up that word, so take it. You could easily fall into, that's just too big of an impossible dream, and not actually end up moving into that reality and actually doing what you dreamt of. The interesting thing is, we think we're smaller or less capable than we actually are. But when you work backwards, all the way back to where you currently are, you realized, oh, it's just like doing A, B, and C. This isn't a big deal. We often believe that you and me, amigui, I'm talking about both of us, not just you. I'm not just putting you on the hot spot. I'm putting myself on the hot spot. We often believe that our future selves are a different person, that our future selves are more mature, are more determined, are more dedicated compared to our present self. And that's why we end up holding ourselves back more, because we're like, oh, no. Future self can do it. They'll be able to handle it. But when we work backwards, we're putting that big person that we think we're going to become as the leader, and we work backwards into that. Versus if we take what we think is a smaller version of ourselves in the present right now, and when we try to work our way forward, we don't go as far because we don't think we're as big as our future self. Amigui, ahora you have a path. Use it. And ask yourself, what am I doing today to get me closer to my goal? So those 3 steps, I'm going to repeat it for you. Those 3 steps are, number 1, brain dump all of your ideas on Post-its. All of them. Every single one. Number 2, find the patterns within those Post-its. 3, build backwards. You don't need a 10-year plan. You just need to work backwards to move forwards. You're not behind. You're just at the beginning of a next version of yourself. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I already told you in rapid fire style. Here we go. If you're feeling stuck, don't plan from where you are right now. Plan from the dream backwards. Post-its will be your best friend. Dump everything you want on them. group them together, organize them, see the patterns, and build backwards step by step. Your clarity comes through action, not before actions. And amigui, you're not behind. You're just starting again, pero this time con intención, with intention.
Zulean.
Zuli, cuéntame qué aprendiste esta semana.
Hey, Ma. Gracias por la pregunta. Pues mira, first, I want to say felicidades on your first week as Dean of the Honors College at UTRGV. Estoy tan orgullosamente proud of you in this big new job. And as an adult, it's been really beautiful to see you grow in your profession and for you to go after what you want. So, felicidades, mami. Okay, esta semana, what did I learn? Pues, I learned que I need to learn more from 4-year-olds. So, amigui, each summer I teach kiddos how to swim. And just like every summer, I encourage them and say things like, wow, did you see how far you went? Or you're almost there, keep going. I say it so often that they now say it to themselves. Almost there. It's super cute. But when I hear it, I laugh a little internally. But you know what? I honestly just did it as I was prepping for this podcast. I said, Zulean, you're almost done. Keep going. And it really helped. So I learned there's a lot you can learn from a 4-year-old. And it may sound funny to encourage yourself out loud, but hey, if it gets you moving, then do it. That's the show, amigui. Si te gustó, if you liked it, make sure to share it, rate it, and write a review. ¿Qué aprendiste? What did you take away from today? Did you share the podcast with somebody that you thought of? Make sure you do. Como siempre, I'm your amiga Zulean, and I'm sending you off con un huge abrazo. Nos vemos en la próxima.
Hi, my name's Naomi, and I'm the host of the Notes and Quotes podcast, a space for casual and honest conversations about everything facing young adults today. From mental health struggles to figuring out your future to navigating the climate and social justice crisis of our world. These things should not be faced alone. Come hear me share vulnerable self-reflections, realizations, and eye-opening conversations with incredible guests. This is a community by one 20-something for every 20-something. Can't wait to have you join.